Hey, Cedric here. So, I have been asked time and again to do a tutorial on my personal style of stick fighting, as well as my personal style of bare hand fighting. Let me just go ahead and fix this. I'm going to lift you up a tiny bit more. So I am going to attempt to do just that. I'm going to start with the stick, because I do believe that the stick came before the fist, alright? The stick is raw, it's primal. Yeah, you know, you see the gorilla pick one up and lay about him, you know, it's just crazy. The fist, it's science. So we're going to combine those two. We're going to start with the stick. I tend to unconsciously believe that the entire world knows what I know already. So I'm going to try to repress that and not miss anything, not fail to explain anything. The first thing that you will need, and this is fairly important, is a stick. Alright? There are a few places where you can get a stick for a very low price. Alright? So the first place that I can think of is Home Depot or Lowe's. Alright? You go in and go down their aisle that is, you know, down in the lumber section, and look for the aisle labeled oak and other specialty woods. They'll have the dowels in little pigeonholes, and you can get a 3/4 inch or 1 inch oak dowel for probably $5 or less. You can make your own stick. If you look back through my videos, you'll find very excellent tutorials on how to make your own fighting stick. Another place, if you go there regularly, is Michael's. They have dowels. Now I don't believe they're hardwood though, but you can go to Michael's website, the craft store, and usually get 40 or 50% off coupons there. So there are two places. Also, you know, an old broomstick, etc., etc. I'm going to go ahead and use one that's actually up for sale on my website. This is the Bloodthorn, and it's a good size for indoors. It's about 27 inches, or 25.5 on this one. So we're going to start with the stick punch, alright? Because to me, this is the place where it should begin, because this is an exercise that you are going to do to strengthen every aspect of not only your stick strikes, but your barehanded punches as well, okay? It's going to strengthen your shoulders, increase your endurance in these muscles here. These are the place where most punchers gas out first, right in through here, alright? You'll feel it start to burn in here and up through the beam. So we're going to work on that. How to do a proper stick punch. I've seen it explained other places, and you can find some decent explanations from a fellow named Glenn Doyle. His style is similar to mine, his family style. Now, the reason that I've developed the style that I have is because the punch is all important. Alright? I have seen more fights than I can remember, and I've been in more fights than I have fingers and toes. And I'm not talking about fights in a ring, I'm talking about fights out there. Fights out there, 99% of the time, end from a punch to the head, or the two fighters just kind of gas out and bail on the issue. So punching is very important. The stick punch, alright? Similar to a punch, except we have a stick. So instead of aiming our second knuckle and middle knuckle at the target, we're going to aim just to the side of that target so that we strike with the stick instead. And we want to strike just slightly through the center line. Okay? We unfold ourselves just like we would with a punch. We drive off of our legs, drive through our hips, waist, chest, shoulder, arm, and then it snaps out. Okay? Now, never fully extend your arm. Never more than approximately 95% extension, because you do not want to put that constant strain on your elbow of coming all the way out fully extended. Just don't do it. It's not necessary. You're fighting against your own tendons after about 95% extension. So you can actually do yourself harm. Alright? Where was I? The stick punch. Okay. I want you to practice these movements slowly and smoothly. I want you to feel where that stick is going to come to rest on your forearm. Because your forearm is your control mechanism. It's a brake that's going to allow you a degree of control over that stick that is not available if you're just swinging it. Because here you have to break that stick with all wrist and arm. So you're going to have to follow through some before you can come back and get power. This way you do not. It's much more quick. Okay? A lot faster. So we're going to go slowly and smoothly and practice moving your body into it, alright? And I want you to remember your foot placement. This is something that I don't hear talked about enough. I want you to imagine, if you will, where your feet are placed are 2 points on a triangle, okay? The third point is going to directly line up with what a real triangle would look like, okay? So, let's go ahead and do this. Here are my feet, squared off. Here's the other point on the triangle. So, if I move my feet, now the point of the triangle is there. Wherever that invisible point of the triangle is, that is your weakest spot, okay? Balance-wise. So you want your feet here if your target is here, because then you can put a maximum amount of power into it, and your balance is better. Be right back. Okay, so the triangle. So that's why we stand the way we stand in boxing and when we're using the stick. It's for balance and power. If you're driving power into something, you do not want to try to drive power into it with your feet squared. Alright? Feet squared. I can push myself away from that wall. That's no bueno. If I throw a punch, a lot of that's going to come back into me if my feet are squared. Now, if I change my footing and put my left foot slightly forward, firm, solid. So, footing. But we're here to focus on the stick punch. So I digress. When you throw a stick punch, after you've practiced this movement, slowly, alright? Because gaining that perfection of movement and that smooth liquid quality, that is going to allow you to get speed. You will build speed, okay? And then you'll get that power before you know it, okay? So slowly and smoothly, just extend. Let it come to rest naturally on your forearm. And practice just letting your body move. And if you really want to become acquainted with your stick on an intimate basis, and when I say intimate, I'm using it the way the dictionary would use that word, not the way your soap operas do. Alright? To become acquainted with your stick as if it were a part of you. Try my Zombie Fighter Django stick workout, okay? It will allow you to become liquid and very, very smooth with your stick. Alright? It'll also burn movements into your muscle memory. We're going to work on other movements, alright? This is one of my favorite combos right here. Just for getting used to your stick. Stick punch crown, stick punch crown, stick punch crown. Alright? You slap that stick out, knock a hand out of the way, come back, drop it down on the crown. This is a very powerful strike. Very powerful. Here, when we throw this, I'm going to teach you the crown now too. I want you to go slowly and smoothly though. You're throwing a punch. Again, driving off the floor, up through your entire body. Kinetic linking. Our body and the stick becomes a whip. A trip hammer with a whip attached. Alright? So we're going to snap that out. And the amount of power, because we've got gravity working with us and just everything, okay? You get your main speed from that punch. And then your wrist is sort of like a thruster that just kind of a lot of force comes out of those crowns. Alright? And you throw it just like a punch. It's straight line. It's fast. None of this having to wind up or anything, okay? So, there you go. Here you can see it from this angle. Throw that punch and snap it out. And again, never full extension, okay? And let your forearm be your friend. So there, we have the stick punch and the crown. I would challenge you to work that combination slowly and smoothly, okay? Stick punch, crown, stick punch, crown, and just get used to the movement. Come back and throw them just like punches, okay? Just get comfortable and used to that movement. Slow and smooth. Slow and smooth. And feel your body moving with that stick, okay? That's what I would like you to do. And I would challenge you to this. Work that combination for a couple of minutes. And then do your stick punches slowly and smoothly, alternating. And I would like you to work your way up to where you can do 100 stick punches with each hand in a row without stopping. Nice and slow and smooth though, okay? We'll get there with the speed. You'll get there. And we'll work on some more moves later. Alright? I appreciate you all coming by. And I hope that you will give the art of the simple stick a chance. This is stick fighting for everyone. I appreciate you coming by, and I dig you. Be good to yourselves. You live free and stick punch hard. You're a good person. I dig you.